Hey, so on, so on, so on. Before I get this lesson, or this it's gonna be like an expose. Before I get this started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadas. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone, of whom I learned from, and shalom honor to the hope of that taking this truth. 144,000 taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yahshua to the marriage supper of the Lamb. This is your brother Radah who is Yahweh Shai Salakia. This is your brother Radah with an expose, man. Look at this. Listen to what this guy's saying. This is gonna be a super short lesson, just more on how bloody and how wicked America, Mystery Babylon, the bloody city, Esau Edom is, man. The sword. Look at this.
Combat veteran. I am a combat veteran. I served 7 years and 1 month in the United States Army. I was an unmanned aircraft systems operator, that is a UAS operator for short, or as many of you have come to understand it, a drone operator. I flew the MQ-1 Charlie Gray Eagle UAS made by General Atomics. I had 2 combat tours, one in Afghanistan, one in Iraq. In Afghanistan, our non-combatant value was 0, meaning if we were in pursuit of a target, we were not allowed to take any other life as collateral damage. Now let me tell you how sociopathic the United States military is. In my second combat tour in Iraq, our non-combatant value was 10. That meant if we were in pursuit of a high-value target and had clearance to fire and there were civilians in the area, we were allowed to take 10 lives in addition to the target.
Now, look at the comments. Look at the comments. Just read them. Infantry veteran here. Yep. It was all a lie. My friends were killed for billionaires to get richer. They say Iraq's infrastructure won't recover for a century. I feel so betrayed. 39 likes. IOF veteran here. The U.S. is an oil company with an army. George Carlin. 605 likes. 11 replies. I was an army medic and a nurse. I got so much flack for loudly and openly saying that I would not prioritize American lives over Iraqi or Afghani lives. I never backed down from that. I'm not going to refuse to treat someone based on the geographical location of their birth. 441 likes, 13 replies. Thought I joined to do something good. Here I am, almost 20 years later, hating my service because I have realized we are the bad guys. 25 likes, 2 replies. Airborne infantryman here, disabled vet now, can confirm our entire job was literally just premeditated murder. Good Lord, man. 1,399 likes, 26 replies. One of my closest friends was an Army infantry vet. He's not with us anymore. Survivor's guilt got him. So that means he committed suicide. Damn, he committed suicide. But I thanked him for his service one day, and he clammed up and told me, "You have no idea what I've done and how patronizing that is." And so I haven't done it since. That being said, thank you for going against your grain. The grain, 19 likes. We have to stop thanking veterans so much and start apologizing to them. Damn. 743 likes, 29. Look at the fucking comments, man. This is unusual. This is very unusual. I mean, I don't want to say unusual, but it's different, man. There's no counter. There's no one in here talking shit, being funny, saying, "Oh, come on, look at this shit." My first day as a Booz Allen contractor, I was like, I think we might be the bad guys. I don't know what that is. I guess he was over there building something, and he realized something's going up, and so that guy's laughing, but it's like, different kind of laughter. People don't want to see that we manipulate our disenfranchised citizens into hurting the disenfranchised citizens in other countries. Talking about the media, which is what? The sword. That's how Esau, and he says exactly 100. That had 174 likes. I love seeing the vets come online to talk about what's happening right now in Venezuela. Civilians and military personnel are always the victims and pawns for these decision makers, and it has to stop. Thank you for your service and sacrifice. Reposting as a veteran, keep waking people up. We can save others. This is the only news I trust. People's lives, lived experiences. Tell us more. Yes, ma'am. Former Scott and MI Soldier here. We have never been the good guys. 756 likes. Will Mosley. Let's see what he looks like. That's what he looks like. Oh, that's a Jake. Wow, and he was there. So see,
I'm a combat veteran.
And this is unfortunate because these are Jakes that fought in the military, fought in Esau's military. Now imagine the IDF. I don't know what that is. As an American, we need to stop the sociopathic imperialism of the United States. And we can find that in the prophecies. Because Yahushua is specifically coming to do just that. That is what Yahushua is. That is what the war in heaven is. Revelations 12. That is also 2 Ezra chapter 13. And that is also the Joel chapter 3, the ICBM missiles coming to America. Hegseth going after Sen Kelly tells you all you need to know about all the wrong Hegseth knows he's doing. I went to sign up and wanted to ask my retired military Gramps to come with Korea. He was Korea 3 tours and 2 to Vietnam. He told me over his dead body, would any crankids be joining the military? So he's got veterans, and his grandfather said, fuck no, you're not going to go fight for these guys. The part people don't want to talk about is the 10 was an Obama policy, and the actual result was usually 40. And you see that. We are the villains. See, this is all, so what is this, man? This is God, there's so much in this. There's one more I want to show. Man, bro, this is fucking nuts. And it's just gonna get worse. They're gonna Esau's gonna move on Cuba, and damn.
I served 7 years of.
Let me see if I can do this. Here we go. This guy. Oh, there was another guy I had. Damn, I thought I saved it.
So the United States, with absolute impunity, uses its military to just basically kick the door in of a foreign leader's location, invade it, subdue whatever resistance is there, kidnap the leader and his wife or whoever else is decided.
Before I let him speak, let's just get it. I want to get at least one or two precepts, okay? Just to woe into the bloody city. Talking about America. Woe into the bloody city. Sometimes my phone's all, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Okay? Let's read some more of it. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses. And there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. So woe unto the bloody city is talking about America. What's the other one? Established by blood. Woe. Let me see. Woe to the city, or to when they build us, when they establish. Woe to the city established by blood, and there's no country more established on blood than America. Let me see. Woe to him that buildeth the town. Yep, that's it. That's what I was looking for. So woe to him, talking about a house, talking about a race, talking about a specific race of people. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. And that's all America has been. It's all based on iniquity. It's all been built on blood. The blood of the slaves, which are the Hebrew Israelites, both northern and southern kingdom. Okay, the war on drugs. They brought the drug in. They brought the drugs in and then got us addicted on drugs. Then they locked us up for being on the drugs. They accused us when they were bringing it in. It's on. And now they're going all over the earth just fucking doing what they want. So let me see. I want to, there was another, okay, that's where it was. This is the one I was talking about, you guys, right here. Saved. Where are you? This guy.
From power. We killed 40 people. That's right. When we removed Maduro from power, we killed 40 people. We killed an 80-year-old woman, someone's grandmother, with shrapnel. And this is the thing about Americans and Europeans that I, as an American with European heritage, find so distasteful. You do not value the lives of non-Western people at all.
Typically, when you see an Edomite-looking person talking like this, not all the time, but a lot of times, they're more than likely a Jake. They just don't know that they are a Jake. This is why their heart and their inner man is like this. Listen to how passionate this guy is about what's going on. A lot of times, you guys, a dude that looks like this or a woman that looks like this, when they're at this level, they're usually just a Hebrew Israelite that looks like this, because we were scattered to the four corners of the earth, and the men slept with all types of women. And then over time, that seed continues to move through that water, through that nation, and looks like that nation. He very much could be an Israelite. And if he's not an Israelite, then his tongue is falling upon his own nation. But usually when it's like this, there's a strong chance that they could be an Israelite. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Period. When they came back, the American government, given their press conference, no casualties. We did it without any casualties at all. Forgetting that they murdered 40 people in cold blood, including an 80-fucking-year-old woman. And this is when I mean, this American mentality, this European mentality, this mentality Americans have that came with them from Europe, that other people's lives don't matter. Only Western lives matter. How is it 2026 and we are still playing by that rule? Every life in Venezuela matters to an equal degree that a life in America matters. The life of one U.S. soldier is not worth 100 million Viet Cong. What are we talking about here? When we remove Maduro from power.
So I wanted to throw that out there, and then
Which foundation?
get this guy real quick, and then I'm going to be done because we need to hear what people are saying.
So the United States, with absolute impunity, uses its military to just basically kick the door in of a foreign leader's location, invade it, subdue whatever resistance is there, kidnap.
And I just heard a brother from Arizona and GMS, man, golly, bro. Isaiah chapter 10. I'm going to read some of that after this and then finish it off with 2 Ezra chapter 11. Because that's the only answer. People need to see this, okay? I don't want to cut this guy. I don't want to let him speak. But I'm going to get that precept after this.
The leader and his wife or whoever else is decided, load them onto a helicopter and take them to a detention facility. How are we not a terrorist nation? No. How are we not terrorists? Because if you think for 1 minute that convict Trump isn't using this to set an example to other nations in the world, that the United States now is the most powerful bully on this planet, you're wrong. And nations like China will use this as an excuse to label America as a international terrorist organization.
And rightfully so. And it won't even be an excuse. It would just be pattern recognition. How many you gotta ask yourself, what do these other fucking world leaders think when they watch this shit go down? That I don't know what it's like to be a world leader. I don't know what it's like to have a military at my command. I don't know what it's like to be over billions, hundreds of millions of dollars of transactions coming in and out of my country. I don't know what it's like to fucking have connections to other countries that I'm dependent on or profiting on, and then I got to watch fucking Esau from a distance come and bomb or threaten them, which then eventually will also affect my profits. Bro, there's so much to this shit, dude. People from inside America, they look at this shit and they're like, yeah, number one, America. Bro, we're not the fucking planet Earth. It's wild, bro. Like to wonder what's going through Putin's mind, what's going through Xi Jinping's mind. Those people, they live on this planet too. And you got fucking Esau just running around fucking swinging his dick, man.
Run by a terrorist leader. This is where we are now. The President of the United States, convict Trump, is a terrorist.
And it's not just President Trump. It's been the entire ruling class system of the Edomites since this shit goes back thousands of years. They've always been like this. They were like this during Rome. They were like this when they were leaving Britain and coming over here. Dude, this country was established by the Little Horn. That's the group of Edomites that they had to go to war with France, Spain, and then Britain. And they titled them different titles in history, but that's found in the book of Daniel. They were killing each other, warring each other to come over here to establish this country. They've always been like World War I and World War II. They've always been. It's just now these Edomites or some of these Israelite Jakes that look like Edomites are starting to see it's this shit's getting to the point where we're entering into Jacob's trouble, man. It's just getting there. They have no choice but to admit, pre-COVID America was what? It was just a circus. It was all fun. It was sex. It was partying. It was making money, chasing the idea of making money, getting laid, going out on the weekends. Bro, you would be able to go fucking Friday night at happy hour, and every sushi bar, every bar, just packed with people fucking enjoying their weekend from making a ton of money that week. To just, the football games, the fucking holidays before COVID. Nobody was able to fucking pay attention. When you look back at GMS in those older times, I'm blown away, bro, because I know how I was thinking pre-COVID America. I was fucking high as shit and distracted on everything. Everybody was. People, when I say high, I'm talking about like on life, chasing the bag. I was also fucking with, illegal substances, but fucking just chasing girls and shit, man. Motherfucker. I remember in 2019, right before COVID, I was thinking, from my Christian perspective, I thought I was going to see the last days, man. It looks like I'm going to die before that happens. I remember I had just said something like that right before I woke up and then right before COVID. Now, but let me let this guy finish.
And his entire administration supports a terrorist regime. The United States government is now a regime. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of criticism here that says, well, Jace, you're just now noticing this. What about the Iraq War? What about the Gulf War? I hear you. I'm not a babe in the woods here thinking about what the role of America is in the world. What I'm saying to you is it gets worse. There's worse versions of this. Things can go from bad to worse to terrible to the absolute fucking worst of all time. Nuclear war is actually a thing. It's not just an imaginary concept. This maniac is not only simultaneously gutting democracy, he is behind the wheel of America, moving it towards a cliff with the pedal to the floor. This diseased, mentally deranged, dementia patient in the White House, who is a criminal and has been his entire life, has nothing else to live for.
And what does the prophecy say? He mustereth up the battle, or the host. He mustereth. Let me see if I'm mustereth up the host for battle. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's it. Isaiah 13:4, the noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, the tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together, Yahweh of hosts. Yahweh Tazabawath mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. How ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. That's Yahweh Shaphat. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh. There goes the Yahweh Shaphat again. Cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. That's coming to the earth, you guys. It's going to get worse. And and this is all simultaneous. World War III is connected to Yahweh Shai coming back. 2nd Ezra 11. And this is the only way it stops, man, is when Yahweh Shai is sent by his Father, and he comes to rebuke the eagle. Okay? Let me find it. There, behold, a little ahead. Okay. Right here, look. 2nd Ezra 11. 36 down. Then I heard a voice which said unto me, Look before thee, and consider the thing that thou seest. 37. And behold, and lo, as it were a roaring lion, that's the lion of the tribe of Judah, chased out of the wood. And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle. And that's the Roman Empire, which is the EU, which is NATO, which is all of Esau, Edom. Okay, the rulership, the so-called white man, and said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee. And Yahweh Shai always honors his Father. So here he is about to take his throne. He's going to be glorified. He is glorified because he's not coming back as a man. He's going to be on a major, huge UFO. A chariot the size of a mountain, the scriptures say. He's going to be accompanied with other Alahayim, other powers, mighty ones in chariots as well, and they're going to be parked in the sky. This is going to be completely different. They're going to be posted. They're going to be beaming up the elect at different times, pulling them up so that everybody can see what's going on. That's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. They will behold the strangeness of our salvation. Armageddon also was taking place. You got Esau and his armies fighting with China and Russia for the earth. Yahweh Shai comes out of the sky, breaks it all up. Then they all team up because that's their doctrine. Once they see that, they get the order from the elites who are hiding in their underground bunkers. That's him. Stop fighting each other. Now go to stop him. And then that's when they durst fight, right? And they come, and so he's coming and he's speaking to them. He's speaking all of the prophecies from the beginning to the end. It's over. So look at this. Is what he's saying. This is, and art thou not? Now look at this. Art not thou it that remaineth of the four beasts? Yahweh Shai is the only one high enough, the only one strong enough to bring this arrest warrant. This is a warrant for Esau's arrest that you are reading right here. This, you know how they say, oh, there's a bounty on the head of not a Jew. There's a bounty on Trump's head. No one's strong enough to him. Isn't there like an accusation right now, or a judgment that's been placed on Benjamin, not a Jew, from like the world court, but nobody's strong enough to bring it about. There's no one that can bring it about. This is Yahweh sending Yahweh Shai. Look, verse 39. Art not thou it that remaineth of the four beasts? They're the fourth beast, you guys, whom I made to reign in my world. I did all this. Everything you've been doing, I gave you the power to do it, that the end of their times might come through them. Verse 40, and the fourth came, you appeared, and you overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness. Are we not seeing Esau flex his power over the world by what he just did in Valenzuela? And over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. Everything they do is a lie. Everything you just saw, the first video where everybody was saying they realized they were lied to. Verse 41, for the earth hast thou not judged with truth. For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Verse 43, therefore is thy wrongful dealings come up unto the highest, and thy pride. All these videos that you are seeing, all the lessons, all the videos, all the camps of the Hebrew Israelites, those are all digital, fragrant, aromatic, incensed prayers and cries that the angels lift up and bring before Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai brings all up, or the archangel, they bring it before Yahweh, and he smells it all, he hears it all. And then the bowl fills up, or whatever, the vial fills up, and then eventually the wrath of the Most High is slung down to the earth. That great millstone, man. Verse 43, therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also hath looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore appear no more, thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. Isaiah 14 and Isaiah 63, verses 1 through 4. Especially Isaiah 63, verses 1 through, very violent description of what Yahweh Shai is going to do to these motherfuckers, bro. When he does come. It's going to be an amazing and terrible sight at the same time. And it can't happen sooner. I said I was going to read, is it Isaiah 10? Bro, a brother from GMS, Arizona, man. Good Lord. I'm telling you right now, bro, that I'm so thankful for the men at GMS. Isaiah 10. Bro, he brought this out yesterday. Good Lord, look at this. Because if you look at what Esau just did in Valenzuela, I mean, yeah, the pride. Look at these precepts. Because Assyria, America is also likened unto Assyria. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And Esau has done that. I think they just changed the law so that they could do what they did in Valenzuela. Everything they do is based on how they write their laws. They gotta do their bogus voting. They pass a bill, they write a law, and then when they vote it into law, then they move on the law. Look, it's the law, but it's all bogus. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Widows and fatherless goes into the Hebrew Israelites. It goes into us committing adultery, being divorced, and now we're a widow. Why? Because a widow is when her husband dies. Well, the Most High has never died, but he has died to us because he had to kill us with death, where we discontinued from our heritage. And then now we're walking in the congregation of the dead because we don't have any understanding. We're still married, but we're divorced, and we're going to get married again, so we're likened unto a widow. And because we've been separated from him, we're also fatherless. So that's like dark saying for the Hebrew Israelites. And what will we do? What will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from afar? To whom will ye flee for help? And there will ye leave your glory. Without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. O Assyrian, O Esau, O so-called white man, O America, the government, the military, the rod of mine anger. Look at this. And the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send him. So what is this? Whenever evil takes place in the earth, has not the Most High done it? So ultimately, even though what Esau did is horrible, Yahweh sanctioned it. Because what is Esau? He is the sword of the Most High. He's also the rod, right? I will send him against an hypocritical nation, Because everybody over there in South America, those are Hebrew Israelites. But are they living like Israelites? Nope. They think they're Venezuelans. They think they're Brazilians. They worship white Jesus, you guys. We love those people over there, but they're dead. They're operating in the congregation of the dead. And they don't even want to repent. They just want to continue on in the darkness that they're living in. That's also the flip side of all this. I will send him against a hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath. Remember, Jacob's trouble is what? It's twofold. It's Esau it's the man of sin being revealed for what he is, but it's also the Most High using him to judge his people, because 2/3 of our people are going to die. Why? Because they will not repent. They're mentally, spiritually stuck in the molds that they're in right now. Venezuelans are the tribe of Asher. Are they calling themselves Asher? No. Are they calling on the name of Yahweh while Yahweh said? No. Are they even trying to? No. We want them to. The elect are being woke up, but that's it. The rest gotta be destroyed. I will send him against the hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil. Look, the oil, the gold, take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire in the streets. Howbeit, he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. They're going to go after Mexico, which is Issachar. They're going to go after Cuba. This is in prophecy, you guys. Everything Esau is doing, if you further read it, it goes into more detail. But I don't want to make this lesson too much longer. Okay? Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion, and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria. See, and then eventually he will destroy the Edomites too. But first, he's going to use the Edomites to purge our people. When you understand these, it helps. It's like medication, man. It's like an aspirin for a fucking headache, man. Guys, I can't tell you how fucking knotted up my stomach has been over this shit, man. I was jealous. I was angry. I was in shock just watching Esau move over the earth the way he gets to do. And that brother from GMS, Arizona, brought this out, and it was like a healing balm. It doesn't make what I saw okay, but it was like, oh, okay, I read these precepts before, but I didn't apply it to this specific situation. Now I understand better. It's in prophecy, bro. And it helps you. What does the scripture say? Wisdom and wisdom shall be the stability of that time. And this is what we're going to need with Jacob's trouble. It helps to know the precepts of prophecy when you actually are watching an episode in the movie. And everything happening on the earth is the Most High's movie. He's the director. He's the producer. Yahweh Shai is the conductor. He's conducting the right and left-handed Elohim, and the right and left-handed Elohim, the powers, the angels, and the chariots. They're ordering all the thoughts and minds of everybody on the planet Earth. Everybody is in their position, man. Everybody. The Most High is the sovereign power who reigns in the kingdom of man. That's in Daniel, man. So I pray. Let me see that video real quick. I pray that this lesson was edifying.
Maduro from power. We killed 40 people. We killed an 80-year-old woman.
I pray that this lesson was edifying. Only of all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Shai, by Hashem Rakadosh, and double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone, whom I learned from, and a shalom to the hope of elect, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yahshua to come to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Adah. Shalom.
Grandmother with shrapnel. And this is the thing about Americans and Europeans that I, as an American with European heritage, find so distasteful. You do not value the lives of non-Western people at all. Period. When they came back, the American government, given their press conference, no casualties. We did it without any casualties at all. Forgetting that they murdered 40 people in cold blood, including an 80-fucking-year-old woman. And this is what I mean, this American mentality, this European mentality, this mentality Americans have that came with them from Europe, that other people's lives don't matter. Only Western lives matter. How is it 2026 and we are still playing by that rule? Every life in Venezuela matters to an equal degree that a life in America matters. The life of one U.S. soldier is not worth 100 million Viet Cong. What are we talking about here? When we remove Maduro